Your emotional state is not determined by what is happening around you. It is determined by what is happening inside your brain chemistry right now. And the right input changes that chemistry in minutes. Most people wait for something good to happen before they allow themselves to feel good. That wait never ends. But here's what nobody told you. You do not have to wait. Your brain has 5 specific reset switches built directly into its hardware. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use all 5. The 5th one is the one I need you to stay for. Most people do the exact opposite of it every single day. And that one mistake is quietly making everything harder than it needs to be. Habit number 1, the body scan reset. The first habit that changes how you feel in minutes is a 60-second body scan reset, and it works by interrupting the stress cycle before it has a chance to fully take hold. Here's what most people do not realize about stress and anxiety. Before they become emotional experiences, they are physical ones. Stress lives in your body first. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, clenched jaw, a heavy feeling in your chest. These physical sensations come before the anxious thoughts, not after them. And when you ignore the physical signals, your nervous system interprets that ignorance as confirmation that the threat is real and escalates the response. Research in somatic psychology found that deliberately scanning your body for areas of tension and consciously releasing them interrupts the stress escalation cycle at its earliest point, before it has recruited your emotional brain into full threat response mode. You're essentially catching the fire before it spreads from a small spark into something that takes hours to put out. Here's your action right now. Close your eyes for 60 seconds. Start at the top of your head and slowly move your awareness down through your body. Your jaw, is it clenched? Release it. Your shoulders, are they raised toward your ears? Drop them. Your chest, are you breathing shallowly? Take one deep breath. Your hands, are they tight? Open them. And that 60-second scan is not relaxation. It is your nervous system receiving a direct signal that the threat has passed and it's safe to return to baseline. Do this the moment you notice your mood beginning to shift downward, not after you've been stressed for an hour. The moment you feel the first sign, that is when it works best. And that is when most people never think to use it. Now, the next habit builds on this, but works through a completely different biological pathway. And this one you can do anywhere without anyone around you even noticing. Habit number 2, the extended exhale. The second habit is the extended exhale, and it is one of the most direct ways to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the biological system responsible for calm, recovery, and emotional regulation. Most people know that breathing affects how you feel. What most people do not know is that it's specifically the exhale that does the heavy lifting. Your inhale activates your sympathetic nervous system, the system associated with alertness and stress response. Your exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the system associated with calm and recovery. And this means the ratio of your inhale to your exhale directly determines which system is dominant in your body at any given moment. Researchers studying heart rate variability, one of the most reliable measures of nervous system health, found that extending the exhale to roughly twice the length of the inhale produced the fastest measurable shift from sympathetic dominance to parasympathetic dominance of any breathing technique studied, faster than box breathing, faster than deep breathing alone. The extended exhale is not just calming, it's the most efficient biological switch between stress and calm that your body has. Here's your action. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, then exhale through your mouth for a count of 8. Do this 5 times in a row. That's less than 2 minutes. And by the 5th breath, your heart rate will have measurably slowed, your cortisol will have begun to drop, and your prefrontal cortex, the rational thinking part of your brain, will have begun coming back online after stress pushed it partially offline. Here's the crazy part. You can do this in a meeting, in a car, in a conversation that's making you anxious. Nobody can tell you are doing it, but your nervous system absolutely can. Share this with someone who tells you they can't control their anxiety, because this is not about controlling your mind. It's about controlling your biology, and biology responds to breath, whether your mind believes it or not. Now, number 3, this one involves movement, but not in the way you think, and the science behind why it works will completely change how you think about exercise and mood. Habit number 3, the 2-minute movement burst. The third habit that changes how you feel in minutes is a 2-minute movement burst, and it works by triggering an immediate release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which neuroscientists sometimes call miracle grow for the brain. Most people think of exercise as something that improves mood over time through consistency, and that's true. But what most people miss is that even very brief, intense movement produces an immediate neurochemical response that changes how you feel within minutes of stopping, not hours later, minutes. Researchers at the University of British Columbia found that even 2 minutes of vigorous movement produce measurable increases in BDNF, dopamine, and serotonin, the 3 chemicals most directly associated with mood, motivation, and mental clarity. The effect was not as large as a full workout, but it was immediate and it was real. And for someone who's stuck in a low mood spiral, immediate and real is exactly what's needed. Here's your action. The next time your mood drops or your energy crashes, stand up. Do 2 minutes of something that gets your heart rate up. Jump in place. Do 20 jumping jacks. Walk fast up and down a hallway. Dance to one song in your kitchen with the door closed if you need to. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters that your heart rate rises and your body moves with some genuine intensity for 2 full minutes. By the time you sit back down, your brain chemistry will have measurably shifted. The heaviness will be lighter. The fog will be thinner. Not because your problems changed, but because the chemical environment your brain is operating in changed. And everything feels different when your chemistry is different. Now, number 4, this is the one that most productivity and self-improvement content completely overlooks. And it's one of the fastest emotional resets that exists. Here's a question worth sitting with for a moment. When was the last time you reached out to someone just to tell them something you genuinely appreciated about them? Not to catch up, not to make plans, just to tell them one specific thing that they did or said that actually meant something to you. For most people, the honest answer is a long time ago, and that gap is costing them more emotionally than they realize. Habit number 4, the appreciation message. The 4th habit is sending one specific appreciation message, and it works by triggering a simultaneous release of oxytocin and serotonin through the act of genuine giving. Oxytocin is your brain's connection and bonding chemical. Serotonin is your confidence and significance chemical. Both of them are triggered not just by receiving warmth and appreciation, but by giving it. Research in positive psychology found that people who wrote and sent specific appreciation messages to others reported immediate improvements in mood that lasted significantly longer than most other positive interventions studied. And the key word is specific. A generic thank you produces a mild response. A specific, genuine observation about exactly what someone did and exactly why it mattered to you produces a significantly stronger neurochemical response in both the sender and the receiver. Here's your action. Right now, before this video ends, if possible, think of one person in your life who has done something in the last week that you genuinely appreciated. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be dramatic. Send them a message with 2 things: what they specifically did and exactly why it mattered to you. That's the entire formula. 2 sentences, 60 seconds, and your brain begins releasing oxytocin and serotonin the moment you press send, not when they reply. The act of giving itself starts the chemical release. This is one of the most underused emotional reset tools that exist because it looks like it's about the other person, but it works because of what it does to your own brain chemistry in the moment of giving. Now, everything I've shared so far is real and it works. Each of these 5 habits changes how you feel in minutes, but the 5th one, this is the one that changed how I understand emotional states entirely, and I think it's going to do the same for you. Habit number 5, the permission pause. Now, everything I've shared so far matters deeply. But this fifth habit is the one most people will resist the most, and it's also the one with the most immediate and lasting impact on how you feel from moment to moment every single day. The fifth habit that changes how you feel in minutes is what I call the permission pause, and it's this. When you're feeling bad, anxious, sad, frustrated, overwhelmed, flat, instead of immediately trying to fix it, distract from it, or push through it, you stop. You take one breath and you say to yourself, out loud or internally, it's okay that I feel this right now. That's it. 4 words. It's okay that I feel this right now. This sounds almost insultingly simple, but the neuroscience behind it is profound. Researchers studying emotional regulation found that the single most effective way to reduce the intensity and duration of a negative emotional state is not to suppress it or distract from it, which both actually amplify it over time, but to acknowledge it without judgment. This process is called affect labeling, and it's been studied extensively